it's your girl Nina, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another spooky scary time and smoke. Y'all really fucked with the one that I posted yesterday, so I really wanted to come back today with another one just to see, if y'all really fucking with it like that. Today I'm going to be telling 3 spooky stories that I'm getting all off of Reddit. We're going to be rating these stories 1 through 10, and in the end we'll find out which one is the best one. We're gonna go ahead and light our blunts and get into these stories, y'all. I also got me a little drinky drink today, so is my breathing a little off? So the first story that I'm gonna be reading is called Evicted by a Ghost. Shortly after college, I got married. We immediately moved into a basement apartment because that's all that was available within our budget. This place had a poltergeist, and my wife was terrified. Whatever resided there with us made it clear it wanted to live alone. Dishes, glasses, and other items would fly off of the shelf. Me and my wife were hit several times. There was always an ominous feeling like we were being watched. At night, when we walked through the apartment, there would be insanely bright flashes of light that would illuminate the entire room. One night, while we were going to bed, as soon as my wife and I walked into the bedroom, we heard a voice from nowhere say, "My name, move." My wife looked at me. I looked at her. I said loudly, "You've got it, bud." We moved out 2 days later and stayed with family. The old lady who owned the place died a few months later, and the house was torn down. It is still an empty lot to this day, nothing but grass and a tree. I still drive by it every now and then. I'm gonna give that story a 6 out of 10 because it was just too realistic. Like, nothing was scary. It was just like, a story a friend would tell you at school. Like, it just wasn't giving, I'm scared. Like, I want to be scared, So the next story is called The Death March. My dad used to work as a correctional officer. They put corrections officer, but I think it's correctional officer. Y'all let me know. My dad used to work as a corrections officer at a rural prison. He drove the perimeter of the property for his entire shift, where he would check empty buildings for runaway inmates. It was generally a boring job. One night, my dad was parked on a hill, reading a magazine, when he started to feel a thumping in his body. He described it as the feeling you get when speakers are playing a song with really heavy bass. He put the magazine down and checked his rearview mirror, where he saw someone outside the truck. He grabbed his pistol and jumped out of the truck with his weapon drawn. Outside the truck, he realized it was a procession of Native Americans walking through the truck and directly through his seat, only to disappear at the exact spot he was sitting. He said it was clear they were ghosts, but many of them appeared injured. This went on for a few seconds, and then the whole procession disappeared. He called the other perimeter guy on his walkie-talkie to try to explain. The other guy almost immediately stopped communicating. Turns out, the other guy had seen this happen before, but didn't believe in ghosts, so he never talked about it. I really won't feeling that one at all, honestly. I want to give that one a 4 out of 10. Like, argue with me if you want to. I want to give that one a 4 out of 10. Like, and I'm standing on business. Like, I'm standing on that shit. 4 out of 10, it is. Argue with your mammy. It just make me feel like the next one I'm about to read is just about to be trash, and I should just find a scary story, somewhere else at this point. I'm gonna find this scary story somewhere else. This next story is The Little Hands, and I didn't read it yet, so let's get to it. I've never lived in a haunted house, but my mother did as a teen. Other houses on her street had strange things going on too. A few homes away from her lived a family. One night, the daughter went to bed with a bad headache. The next day, she was dead. She'd passed away from an aneurysm. After her funeral, the family went away to get their minds off of the tragedy, and the father asked my uncle, my mom's brother, to check their pets. My mom and dad, who were dating at the time, went with him. My mother had heard there was a grand piano, and she really wanted to play it. My dad was studying to be a veterinarian. After entering the house, my uncle and my father headed to the basement, and my mother went to the piano on the ground floor. She was playing it when she felt something brush against her ankles. She thought a cat must have left the basement and walked past her. She kept playing, and then she felt it again. She looked under the piano and saw nothing. When she started again, she felt her hands clasp her legs tightly. She dashed to the basement door, called my uncle and father, and waited for them back outside. My uncle could tell my mom was rattled and asked what was wrong. She told him what had happened, and he turned white. He told her the daughter who had died used to play a game with her father. When he used to play the piano, she'd crawl underneath, grab his ankles, and push his feet up and down on the pedals. It's getting involved. It's getting involved, period. Like, these are not giving, y'all. They not giving. If y'all know somewhere where I can find some good, scary stories, please let me know. Subscribe, y'all. What the fuck? Bye.